Guys, I am a digital hoarder. Hello, my fellow strangers. So I thought we'd do something a little bit fun today. I have my iPad here. I have the same apps on this as I do my phone, but I use my phone to record. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share with you the apps that I have on my iPad. And let's see if we use any of the same apps. Discovered and just like looking at this, thinking about doing this video, that I probably have so many apps on here that I do not use. I probably should like take them off as I go through this, but I'm not gonna do that because who are we kidding? So anyways, let's get started, shall we? So I have like a lot of like the standards, you know. I have the FaceTime and the calendar and the contacts and yada yada yada. I have all kind of the standards, right? Ooh, it looks like I need to update something. I'm usually pretty up on that, but not always. So that's kind of my standards, you know, like the maps and the alarms and like whatever. It pretty much just comes fairly standard on here. I don't use all of these a whole lot, but I do use them some. But I have like the podcast photo booth, which I've never used. There's like a measuring thing here. I think I like downloaded it at some point because I needed to measure something but couldn't find a ruler, and then I couldn't figure out how to use the app, and it's just sort of stayed on here. The iMovie and like a clips thing that I don't think I've ever used. GarageBand on here. I use that kind of a lot. I have 3 Facebook related things. I have like regular Facebook. I have Messenger on my iPad, although that is one difference between that and my phone. I've taken it off of my phone because otherwise I just get like bing, 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 bing all day. I'm sure there's probably some way to like turn off the notifications or something, but I'm getting older and I don't know how to do that stuff. I also have Pages. So this is like if you own, operate, or whatnot, pages on like group pages and stuff on Facebook. I have one for my business. I have a couple for the university that I, you know, have admin responsibilities for. I think also Starting as Strangers, like our Facebook group, is on there too. Excel and Word, and I think they're all kind of like tiny in this one right here. But they're like productivity stuff. There's also like the Apple adjacent of those, like Pages and Keynote, and which are kind of like Word and PowerPoint. But like Outlook, and then the other Microsoft suite of stuff, right, that you use in an office setting. I use that for some of my business stuff. I also write. Obviously, I'm also a student, and I teach, so I use all that stuff a lot. I also have quite a lot of business related stuff on my iPad. So I have 2 apps for Etsy. One is like a buyer version, which I almost never use, and then there's the seller app, which I use a lot, obviously, because I have the Nerd Boutique. I also have the Square app, so that's like the credit card taking app. Cricut Maker app. I have a Cricut machine that does like cutting and such. I also have some school related stuff. Blackboard, which is a fairly popular platform for like classroom stuff. I also have a couple banking things. I'm not going to show you the exact, but I have like a app for the one credit card that I have right now, and then I have an old banking app. That bank has actually even changed names since then. I really could like legit delete this, but I'm not going to right now. I also have an Epson printer finder calculator, some artsy kind of stuff, affinity design and affinity photo. It's where I can sort of do some graphic design work. I also have like some Adobe programs like Adobe Sketch, Adobe Draw, and Adobe Presenter, which I don't really use too much anymore. So now I just use Affinity. I have this thing called Spotlight, which is kind of a karaoke thing that I used like a couple of times, and then it's just been like chilling on my thing here. Google Drive and Docs and the spreadsheets. I have a whole thing of book apps. I have like Audible and iBooks and Goodreads and LibriVox. And I also have Kindle on here as well. I have a whole suite of stuff for Instagram, story repost. I have Boomerang and I have Hyperlapse. I have a whole slew of entertainment stuff. I justify all my streaming because, you know, I'm a media scholar, you know, and I study like film and television and media more generally. So I tell myself that it means that I can have all the streaming platforms. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I have Amazon. I have so many games, although I don't really play almost any of them anymore. Wizard of Oz Slots, Be Brilliant, Heyday, Heads Up, Gramble, Diner Dash, Family Feud, Hogwarts Mystery or whatever it's called, Stack Jump, Linguinis, Chicken, Word Whizzle, Love Balls, Woody Origin, a bunch of games that I really don't play very much. I also have Smule on here, which is another karaoke thing, an app for my student loan that I have, Tumblr, WordPress, AutoCAD apps, Writer Duet, which I use for script writing, Wayfair, CBS. I have an app also for my insurance, World Maps. I also have DoorDash because, you know, food delivery apparently is a thing. Lose It. The Artist app for Bandcamp. News, Torrid, Pinterest, YouTube stuff, so like YouTube proper, and then also YouTube Studio, AMC, a banking app, the Illinois Lottery app, Patreon, Weatherbug, Bath and Body Works, Sign Up Genius, Weather Channel, A360, Blackboard Instructor. I also have Test Flight because I do test some stuff for Facebook, Canopy, the Little Caesars app, HQ Trivia, which I use like every day, Word Crossy, Connect Pops. These were like another 2 games that I tried and then just was like, meh. Wattpad. I kind of downloaded it thinking about putting the Secrets of Kings on there, and then I just didn't ever follow up on that. Peak, Gardenscapes, Chords, it's like a guitar tabs, Poshmark, Giphy, the last but not least, Dipsea, DIPSEA. It's basically like erotic stories. I initially downloaded it because I was reading about what it was, which is basically like, it's supposed to be like porn for women, except for it's all like audio drama-ish. There's no like pictures or anything like that. But I was wondering if they like took submissions for stories, because I was like, maybe I can make some extra money doing that. And then like I downloaded to like sort of listen and see what it was, and the couple that I listened to a little bit of, it sounded like it was more audio drama, kind of a lot of dialogue. It wasn't as much of like descriptive, which is more the way I write. So I didn't think it was a good fit, but it's just been like chilling on my thing here since. Those are all my apps. I need to delete like almost all of those apps. Digital hoarder. Clearly I never delete like anything. Are you all digital hoarders? Tell me down below. What apps do you have? What apps do you love? Do we share some apps in common? And I suppose with that, my fellow strangers, I'll just say until next Monday, because I'll see you then. Bye.